All right. So today is September 20th, 2024. Let's go over yesterday's price action real quick as well as the outlook for today. So yesterday I was expecting a draw towards the all-time highs after we noticed that price displaced, expanded higher overnight, all the way from Asia, London, and then the New York afternoon session. And the reason I did that, as I explained during yesterday's video, was we took out buy side, then we took out sell side. After we took out sell side, we drew higher. Same thing here on both occasions. Uh, and so going into the morning session, I was a little, I guess you could say, I was kind of a little bit off because I started seeing this as displacement after it took out buy side. But for some reason, I took this into accountability, which I shouldn't have, because uh, even though this technically is a swing high, swing low, it's not well defined on the 15 minutes. So I shouldn't have even looked at that. So again, that's my fault. But then, like I said, once price was down here, I had expected to see a draw lower, at least into 50% of this range. So I was getting ready to take a short. But what I wanted to see is I wanted to see an order block displacement with a gap within that order block at that displacement. And then I wanted to see another order block as well as displacement for me to get in on the second displacement. But that didn't happen. And so one of the good things I've done or I've learned over time is not to wait till the candles close to see if what I'm looking for draws itself, and if it does draw itself, that's when I get in. But that didn't happen, so I didn't end up taking a short there. At that exact time, I noticed that the candles that I was expecting, the opposite was happening, and within that opposite, the displacement happened to the upside. And when that happened, that's when I immediately knew that the reversal was incoming, and so I began to look for an entry. And yeah, that's what happened. So uh, again, notice displacement on both sides. We had displacement here. Well, not displacement. We noticed buy side taken here, here, here. Uh, then we had a draw lower into a gap here. This is a 1 hour gap along with a 1 hour. Uh, where is it? Yep, along with a 1 hour order block. So when you have those two things, that is, I guess you can say, a prime environment for price to reverse or hold if the bias is correct. If you're, if it goes along with your bias, and that's exactly what happened here. We had an order block on the 15-minute, plus we had a gap as well. I took this low to this high as 50% of the range. Same thing here. This low to this high, 50% of the range. Now, NQ did not draw into 50% of the range, but ES did. And I like seeing that signature in price because that most likely means that I am correct on the bias. And so once I saw that on the 15-minute, once I noticed that on the 15-minute buy side was taken, what I wanted to see was sell side. We had sell side taken. We had this low here and this low here. That's relative equal lows, and obviously it drew into it. Barely traded into it. Uh, yeah, it barely traded into it. That's a bullish sign as well. And if you use this low to this high here as standard deviations, it literally tapped 2R. And when price does that without even touching 2.5R, that's also a bullish sign to me. I've seen that multiple times. So once I noticed that, again, I was looking for a short right here. First up close candle, second up close candle. This once the second up close candle closed, what I wanted to see is I wanted to see price displace lower, similar to this right here. If I had seen this within the next two candles, I probably would have jumped in short. But I did not see that. Instead, we saw displacement higher, change in the state of delivery. I jumped in, where was it? I jumped in right here. Yep, right here. Um, why did I choose ES? I chose ES because it was the one that was drawing higher lows right here. As you can see with this candle, right here. With this candle, drew a lower high, it drew a lower low, another lower low, and as ITC says, whichever one draws the higher highs or whichever one fails to break new lows is the stronger of the two, so you go with that one. So that's why I went with this one. On the up move, I did notice, and I was never really underwater. I was underwater for like a couple of seconds here, but that was it. In drawdown, that's what I mean. I was never in drawdown. I was for a couple of seconds, but that's it. And then on the way up, price kept violating bearish PD arrays. And so I began, once it violated this bearish PD array, I switched over to the 5-minute, and then on the 5-minute, it kept closing above previous bearish PD arrays. So that kind of helped me manage the trade more effectively. I also kept an eye on the 15-minute, and so that was actually pretty good too. Um, so yeah, after price close, there's a 5-minute order block here, which I used as to manage as well, because after I saw that 5-minute order block, what I wanted to see is I actually wanted to see price hold above that, and it did. And then on the second stage of distribution, it shot up. It drew higher, uh, and so right, and so there was also SMT between this low and this low here, and this low and this low here. That's yeah, that's also SMT. But again, that's not really a big sign to me. What I wanted to see is I wanted to see the 5-minute and how price held above it. As you can see in the second stage of distribution, it shot up, and these are actually my favorite types of entries. If I would have missed this one, and my eyes wouldn't have been so, I guess, focused on the first entry, I should have, or I would have, or I wish I would have added another contract to then get up to then take out all-time highs. Now, what I failed to also notice on NQ rather was that NQ displaced higher, drew a 5-minute what is it called? I'm having trouble remembering that. Unicorn. There you go. It drew a 5-minute unicorn with this candle right here, which makes it a breaker. Tapped into it, drew higher. So, so that was nice. Ouch. So at this time, when I saw price retrace back into 50% of this range, I actually took another short, another long on ES, because on ES it also retraced back into 50% of this range. This area right here was a 15-minute gap. Price traded into that, created a swing high, swing low, price purge, swing high, swing low, purge, swing low, purge, swing high, swing low, displaced higher. I jumped in, I believe it was right around here, covered into this right here. Then I saw price draw relative equal highs again, realized the price would likely hold here, jump back in here, covered into this area. Now, in hindsight, I probably should have just waited to cover up here, but nevertheless, I was very happy with the day. Made my week actually. So, so yeah, I'm quite happy with yesterday's price action. I did come back into the afternoon trying to see if maybe price would continue with the trend, or would what's the word? Would I wanted to see if there would be continuation in the afternoon. So we had displacement lower, but we did not trade back into 50% of this whole range between this low and this high here. Same thing, this low and this high here. We only retraced up into this area here. There was a 50-minute gap here, but I didn't like that. I just wanted to, because we had already taken multiple levels of buy side here. So because of that, I wasn't really too thrilled in taking it along. So I just watched price develop, and yeah, I just watched it develop to see what I'd be looking for the next day. So today, Today I'm looking. I'd love to see continuation. Uh, yeah, I'd love to see continuation because, like I said yesterday, after price takes out ATH, the best thing you can do is just look for continuation. Don't look to trade a reversal. Don't look to expect price to come down here. Instead, look for price to continue on higher and look for PDL to be your draw on liquidity. But what I want to see, what I would like to have seen, what I would like to see happen during Asia and London is I want to see consolidation. And then what I want to see is I want to see price take out buy side of that consolidation and then sell side. I would like this low to get swept right here or this low, whichever low is actually let's change this right here and I'll delete them as we go. So yeah, I want this dealing range to get violated. Um, that's the intraday afternoon low or intraday New York low. And this is also the New York low. Again, what I would like to see is I would like to see consolidation. This low gets swept, but before this low gets swept, I want to see buy side get swept. Then maybe possibly try to catch a reversal, and then going into at least maybe 50% of this range right here, wherever that low ends up, from that high to that low, try to catch it up to at least 50%. If it keeps on drawing higher, that's great. Same thing here. Try to see if there's a reversal at least into 50% of this range. Now, 50% of that range of yesterday's daily range is here. So I would not be surprised if price trades down in here because new week opening gap is down here. There's no new week opening gap here, but it does. I would like to see that. I would like to see maybe 50% of the range get swept. But again, I would like to see buy side get swept first. If there's clear buy side liquidity sweeps, then I will look to get long. If there is no buy side, then there's no trade. Because what would happen is we maybe see consolidation, then we see sell side get taken first, then buy side. If that's the case, then I'm not interested today, especially after yesterday. I'm not looking to get back any profit today. I'm looking to take um, very quick trades if there are, or if my model is there, then I might give it a shot. But otherwise, I'm not looking to take that much of a. I'm not looking to put that much liquidity out there today. Um, so again, that's what I want to see. I want to see consolidation. If we have displacement lower and we're down here somewhere, then I will be looking to trade lower into here. Kind of like yesterday, what I wanted to see is I wanted to see price fail to get back above 50%. And if it does that and it displays lower, then I will target these new day opening gaps. There is a void here, and price does like to target those areas when the objectives have been taken. So as you can see, the weekly objective has already been taken here, here, here. So I want to see if we are down here. I want to see how price is behaving. But again, I do have to see buy side taken. Or if sell side was taken and then buy side was taken, then buy side will likely seek lower prices. But yeah, let's go ahead and connect and see where we're at. Um, yeah, let's take a look. All right. Okay, so we took out buy side. We just took out buy side here. We have relative equal lows here. So let's add that New York low, RELs. Let's take this out. Shoot. I can go ahead and delete this. All right, so we do have like a bearish flag here, broadening pattern. So yeah, right now price is seeking lower prices. We took out sell side here, buy side there is SMT between this high and this low here. There's also SMT at the highs as well. Right there. So that's two stages of SMT. We took out Asia, London. Yep, Asia, London. Here we only took out London. Yeah. But let's put this up here. That way we know where we are in relation to that. Okay, so again, we took out buy side. We took out sell side, but sell side to me is down here. So currently the drawn liquidity to me is down here, these lows. So I will be looking to see where price heads after it sweeps these lows. When it sweeps these lows, I want to see a signature in price that maybe we are reversing to then target 50% of this range from this high to this low, wherever that low ends up being, or from this high to this low here. Let's take a look at the 60-minute. It's not as clear on NQ, well, the hourly. So I will be looking at the 15-minute. Yeah, the drawn liquidity to me are the current lows or yesterday's intraday, yesterday's New York lows. All right. Let's go to the 4-hour. Yeah, the 4-hour has no gaps. Has a huge gap here. I'll change that around afterwards if it sweeps this low here. So on the hourly, sell side is down here. Why is it? Yeah, there you go. Yeah, on the hourly, sell side is down here. Buy side is up here. So that's why I'm looking at the 15-minute. Let's take a look at the daily actually also. So yesterday price did close below all-time highs, but I'm still not convinced that we are reversing here. If price hits the previous day high, that would be there is a lot of confluence here, as you can see here. You have that gap, that order block. You also have previous day high. So if price trades down into here, what could happen is maybe a immediate rebalance, meaning that it'll touch here and then draw back up higher. We do have a new day opening gap here. So once price sweeps these lows, it could go back. The gap tends to act as gaps tend to act as magnets for price. So let's just add one. What the hell? Is this it? Yep, 1700. Same thing here. I wouldn't expect NQ to draw all the way down here. We do have some old highs here that could act as support. Same, given this right here, pretty good area of confluence as well. Let's go to the 60 actually. Which is, where is it? 66. Nah, it's not that big of a gap, so I'll just use this one. This one's not as big, but I want to keep that there just in case I end up using that. So again, I'm looking for price to draw into sell side, sweep this low, and that will complete the market maker model on the 15-minute, because we are, yep, we traded into 50% of this range. So if it comes down here, then I will be looking for that. I would like to see a retracement back into 50% of this range. If I see that, then I may be looking to get short to complete this market maker sell model here. Same thing here. Actually, NQ did not trade back into 50% of this range. Again, that's SMT between this high and this high here. But and the thing is, I'm actually bearish right now. But just because I'm bearish, once it sweeps these lows, then my bias will obviously switch, because I would like to see price come back and attack 50% of whatever range, or of whatever range that is between this low and whatever low gets drawn here. Same thing here. I want to see price trade back into 50% of the range. Now, it would be nice if one of these lows does not get swept. Actually, let's take a look at YM. All right, so YM has already swept these lows, Asia and London lows. And as you can see, it's a little further away from yesterday's New York AM low. So it might be so that YM is the one to give us SMT. Right. Okay. All right. So yeah, this is I like this model. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to just watch this right here. And just to be safe, what I think I'm going to do is I'm going to trade micros, even on ES as well, because I'm not looking to get back any. Because if I do get in for a short and a 66 all the way to 40, that's about 20 points on a couple of, yeah, it works. Oh, yesterday's, I was actually able to get about 19 points, I believe, from 73 all the way to 82. Yeah, about 19 points minus, actually, I got out at 81.75, and my entry was 63. Yeah, 63. So about 19 points, yeah. So we took out sell side, buy side here, SMT at these highs here. Let's take a look at this 15-minute. We haven't closed below here. We closed below here. We have an inverse right here. No inverse here. Let's take a look at the 5-minute. I'm looking for the Judas swing. there. And if I do jump in here, I'll be risking 30 points. That's acceptable. Here I'll be risking, oh crap, 6.75 points on micros. Yeah, it's acceptable. All right, so I have everything ready. I believe that price may trade back into this area here. 50% of the range is up here, so I'm gonna put some limit orders here. Same thing with ES right there. That is displacement, so that's what I'd like to see. All right, let's get those orders ready. 43. Let's put it in at 45. I'm gonna go in with one at 45 and another one at 48. Actually, let's go in with 50, because then that gives me 25, about 25 points that I'm risking. All right, so I have my orders there. I only have 2 contracts. I will look to add one more if because the setup is already there since I'm looking for a short, but I do need to see price trade back into 50% of this range here. And again, this is what I'm looking for as far as the Judas swing. One of these has to return back into 50% of the range. And my stop will be 75. So this will be my only trade. Well, let me rephrase that. It's the only trade I'm willing to take right now. If or when price draws into this area here, what I will look for afterwards is I'm going to be looking for, okay, so price just swept this low here. So there is SMT at the lows right now. Yeah, I don't like that. I don't like that price swept this low here. Let me get rid of one of them and use 48 as the entry. I would like to put it at 50, but not sure about that. The only reason why I'm willing to take that is because these relative equal lows. Since I'm still bullish, if SMT is shown, then we're likely, well, there is a possibility that we might come back up here since there's SMT. But this kind of reminds me of this move here, where we swept the high, then we showed SMT here, and since we were bullish, I was too hesitant to get in, but price then eventually kept on coming down to sweep the relative equal lows that were actually right up here. So so yeah, let's keep that. I'm gonna go only with one contract just to minimize my loss if there is one. Because even though, like I said, even though right now for me the current draw is down here, just because of this SMT, I'm willing to just lower my loss. So we'll see. There's 2 stages of SMT at the lows and 2 stages of SMT at the highs where, actually no, just at the lows, where ES swept London low and NQ did not. So my entry is at 48. I want to see an immediate reaction. I do not want to see price come back above here. If it does, then I'll probably just end up taking it out. One more second, and we just started. Come on. Oh, don't tell me I'm not going to get triggered in. All right, so I'm in. Let's see what we do here. All right, this is the high. So I don't wanna see price come back down. I mean come back up. And I'll take my stop if it draws past this candle here. This is an order block with a gap. Let me write it down right here. So yeah, right there. Oh right, just 1 minute. Thought I was looking at the 5 minute. I thought I was looking at the 1 minute there. We closed below here. It could still trade into here, but I don't want to see price close above, like, I guess 50% of this range here. If it does, then that's when I take my stop. All right. Yep, I'm not liking that. Nope, I gotta get out. Yep. All right. Okay, so I took that stop. That's probably the entry itself. What I should have done is I actually should have had my sell stop order there, because this is turtle soup. Yep, that's turtle soup. Oh no! Wow. This just happened a couple of days ago. Yep, that was it. Damn. All right. Had me holding a bag. All right. I'm gonna give it one more try here. At 50%. Let's get it ready. 44. And there it goes. Wow, that's unfortunate. All right. Same deal. I don't want to come in back up here. We're rejecting at consequent encroachment. Good. Wow. Reclaimed order block. I'm not adding anymore. All right. I'm out. Wow. Well, that sucks. Okay, so I'm gonna sit on my ass until the 10 o'clock macro. The funny thing is, we probably it when we least expect it, it'll probably draw lower. So again, I'm still bearish. If we have a clearer setup during the 10 o'clock macro, then that's when I'll take it. But until then, I'm just gonna let it go. Not a bad loss so far. Lost about 20 points in the first micro and 26 points in the second one. but the fact that I lowered my position size, so that keeps me well balanced still. Because like I said, I'm not looking to take big trades today since I had a pretty good day yesterday. So we've had multiple areas of buy side taken. That's why I'm not looking to get long here. It's setting up for the 10 o'clock macro. That's all I can see so far. ES is more attractive. But again, we already took out multiple areas of sell side too. And we do have a seek and destroy type of profile. Twelve more minutes. Get rid of this. Okay, now I see it. I missed this one little part here. This one didn't. All right, yeah, so I'm seeing the setup here for the 10 o'clock macro. I just need to give some more time. Let's take a look at the 5 minute. Nothing on the 5 minute. Nothing on the 1 minute. Actually, all right. So I do want to see one more high. Nine more minutes. All right, so this down move, I'm not really liking it, because each one of these candles has an immediate rebalance, meaning that this whole area is really rebalanced. It's pretty balanced, meaning that it could easily draw higher without, yeah, it could easily draw higher without even looking at these, without even using these as, uh, what's that word? Um, Resistance. So that's why I'm looking for one more high. If we get one more high, what I want to see is clear displacement, sort of like this one with gaps. ES already has that. That's why I'm more attracted to ES, but um, it's not during the macro yet. As you can see here, buy side swept, sell side swept, and if price displaces, then we might get something here. If we get that new high, then that gives us another SMT, but we still have 5 minutes until that happens, so staying away for now. There you go. See, it's drawing higher. Yeah, I don't like any of these. So until that, let's take a look at the 15 here. All right, so depending on how this one closes, will give me indication as to what I want to do next, or as to what I want to see. We have a reclaimed gap here. I want to see it close below consequent encroachment. 4 more seconds. There you go. Perfect. Oh no, we got a doji. I don't like dojis. Tells me that price didn't do anything. Price is balanced also. Okay, so I like this right here, but again, it's not during the macro yet, so that's kind of crappy. And my drawn liquidity is down here. We still have SMT now at the lows, so no trade. All right, so if it does come back into 50% of the range, I don't want it to come back up until 950. I would like one more high on NQ. Time distortion, I don't like any of this. ES is a lot more clear. There's no news, right? Yeah, no news. All right, maybe a couple more lows, but I don't want to see it trade into this just yet. 3 more minutes. The hourly looks pretty crappy. All right, so looks like NQ is going to tap the highs. Oh no. All right. Okay, so I want to see an immediate reaction. And if that happens, just like I had expected yesterday, I want to see another gap get drawn here. If that gap gets drawn, then I'm going to get in. I like how it rejected constant encroachment as well as 50% of this range here. MES. My entry would be 58 with a stop above this this right here. A couple more seconds. All right, let's get those orders ready. All right, so I want to see quick delivery because this is second stage distribution. Close below. Okay. Nope, I did not want to see that. All right, so no entry just yet. so I'm not liking this. Well, I don't like this on ES. What I wanted to see on NQ was exactly what's happening. I want to see maybe one more sweep, and then we get the displacement lower. It's the displacement that'll convince me, because we have displacement here, but here we don't have anything just yet. I wanted to see this candle. I wanted to see it tap into 58 and then immediately draw lower. But now we have 3 drives. Now it's actually this here. 57.75. Okay. Let's get it ready. Yeah, it's drawing wicks. I don't want to see wicks. All right. All right, we got something here. Speed is picking up on NQ. 57.75 would still be my entry, but I want this one. This one right here, I like this gap that it's leaving. But I want flat bottoms. I don't want any more wicks. Come on, flat bottoms. Okay. I want to see an immediate reaction if it comes back into this. If it leaves it, then that's fine too. Uh, what is it called? Breakaway gap. Just a little more. Okay. 75. Come on, I want to see it close below here. Okay. Well, I'm in with 2 contracts. A little higher than I wanted. 58. I want to see price close below here now. My stop is 63. And that'll be it for me. It's Friday, so I'm not looking to stay here longer than I have to. And my first objective would be consequent encroachment, and then finally the lowdown here. We traded into this gap here. It's kind of balanced, but as long as this remains open, I want to see this gap remain open. But if it taps into it, then that's also an institutional order flow entry drill. I just don't like these wicks down here. The only thing that I don't like about this trade is the fact that we have SMT at the lows, but it's fine. Trying micros today. I really don't want to try minis. All right, so if it doesn't come back into this, then this turns into a breakaway gap. Again, second stage distribution should be the fastest of the two. So we have first stage up here, second stage. So it should be in a hurry to get down here. There we go with NQ. I need ES to follow. YM has yet to also break that low. Good. Beautiful. All right. So, oh, damn, I didn't have my order ready at 53. All right. You know what? Let's just leave it there. I'm going to put my my stop now above 59.75. So basically break even because this is my draw. NQ, the draw is here. There's still SMT, but we'll see. $48.25. There it is. Sell. All right, so I got both orders ready here. You know what I'm gonna do? I'm actually gonna take one off. 48.25. And the next one I'm gonna sell it at 36.50. If we don't reverse here, if I notice displacement after price takes away this low here, then I'll get out. So depending on how price closes here is when I'll decide whether to keep it or hold it. Come on, just a little more. Close below consequent encroachment here. It's leaving a gap, so the draw is still down here. But it shouldn't come back up to this area here. Alright, so we got a gap here. Couple more minutes until 5. So far we are holding here. Now we've drawn relative equal lows again. But my stop is now at break even, so I'm not looking to stay here longer than I have to. Five minutes about to close. This right here is an institutional order flow entry drill. unless it draws past this high again. That's why, yeah, that's why I'm only taking one off here. Take a look at the 15-minute. SMT, SMT. Come on, just a little more. $13. All right, I'm gonna get in here on NQ as well. I'm really liking this. All right. All right, so I'm in at 13. No, 11.75. My stop is right here. So I'm both in ES and NQ. What I want to see is an immediate draw lower now. Beautiful. Okay. And with NQ, I'm not going to mess around, so I'm going to put my 64 is my final, is my take profit. Let me put it at 65 in case it double bottoms. All right. Once it breaks the low, I want to see price close below it. I don't want to see I don't want to see it, I guess, close like this with wicks. I want to see it close kind of like it did here. After it closed below, it closed very yeah, the whole body, or at least half the body, is below it. So that's what I want to see here and here, if it's going to continue down into these lows down here. Couple of ticks away. Come on, just a little more. I'm watching this tiny little void here. We just swept that low. Beautiful. All right, so I'm out on one here. The rest of them, I'm gonna put a, well, the stop remain. Actually, I have to change it. I'm gonna put my stop back up at break even. Wait, that wasn't it. Oh crap, I'm on the wrong account. That's why. 58 right there. And my final will be at 36. Actually, I'm gonna put it a couple of points above here on NQ. I'm gonna put my stop now back up at break even as well. I want to see continuation. Wait, where did I get that notice? Oh, son of a. Oh, shit. I'm on the fucking simulator. Ah, all right. Well, that's a weight off my shoulders. Shit, I thought. Oh my god. All right, whatever. Fucking a. All right, whatever. All right. So, thought I was on my actual account. I was wondering why I got that thing, but whatever. Jeez. All right, so we closed below here. I think the highest I'd want to see it come back up to is this right here, which would be an immediate rebalance. This right here was an institutional order flow. That is why I believe that we're drawing towards these lows over here. I'm just waiting on NQ to finally get down here. All right, so it's like today never happened, which I'm happy about, and I'm happy that oh shit, that's hilarious. All right, so it's like today never happened, but I'm happy at my at price action, the fact that I read this correctly. So the reason why I got short here, this candle right here. Okay, so as you can see, we traded into this gap right here. We closed above it multiple times here, but this candle completely engulfed all of these candles here. And when that happens, that to me is a bearish sign. This candle traded into consequent encroachment. I got in at 1175, anticipating that, and now we see the draw lower. Half of my, or some of my, if I were in multiple contracts, I would have covered some here, with the rest looking to cover down here. We just have that immediate rebalance now. So again, I want to see an immediate reaction. I don't want to see price get above anymore, because if we do, then that just tells me that we're reversing. And what I wanted to do is I want to actually to catch a reversal here, and I don't like that. That's displacement. I'm getting all out. All right. Okay, so I'm all out. These candles to me look like displacement, so this is the reversal I was expecting, but I'm not going to take it because we're already outside of the macro. So pretty good trade here. Um, identified the 5 minute. After the 5 minute, identified the 1 minute. This was my entry, but since it wasn't, actually, yeah, this could have been my entry. But I actually decided to take it right here, covered one here, and I just took off the other one because this to me looks like displacement. So whether it draws higher or lower, I don't care anymore, because we already met the objective. I had wanted price to continue drawing lower into maybe down here in the 30s, but that didn't happen. We might still draw into this area here to complete this objective on NQ, but I don't care about that anymore, because the objective has already been met on ES. NQ could do whatever it wants. But yeah, that's pretty much it for the day, the week. Uh, I like that I read price really nicely this week. Um, and one of the things I incorporated, or I brought back into my repertoire, was the higher time frame purges. Um, I had always done that, but I just completely, I guess you can say, ran away from that. And the reason I did that is because I was using the midnight open a lot, which, as you can see, this week I'm not using it. This week I completely took that out because it just takes away from everything. The only thing I need to do is learn how to, well, not learn, but understand where liquidity is, where it's drawing to right now, and as long as I listen to that, then I'm good. Price is overly bullish, obviously, but the amount of time we took out liquidity and where in time that liquidity was currently trading at gave me indication as to where price may head to later. As you can see here, we have displacement. Now we have market structure shift. So this could be an indication the price is now looking to trade back into 50% of this range here. Once it gets to this range, we'll see what it wants to do, but it will most likely come back to take out buy side now, because we took out sell side from yesterday. But we'll see. There is SMT between the S and NQ, but NQ is showing pretty bearish signs still. So we're still probably going to take this out. YM is also displacing higher. So ES and YM are in sync, whereas NQ is the weaker of the other ones. Um, but yeah, that's pretty much it. Pretty good week. So I'll see you next.